Well, surprise, surprise, it's happened again. It's a joke. I mean, it's been a joke. It's been a joke, isn't it? But I mean, look at that starting 11, eh? Look at it. Just look at it. Just look at that. Madueke, Mudryk, Chukwuemeka doesn't even get a place. Aubameyang on the bench, Ziyech, Pulisic, even those players who I don't want to be at the club past next season would have at least produced maybe. I don't know. There's not a single player at this point that I can truly say cares. Thiago Silva maybe. Kovacic has just gone to absolute pot. I just don't. What did Frank Lampard say at full time? He said the pride is there, but we keep on going. Why lie to our face? It's borderline. It's not borderline disrespectful. It's disrespectful to the fans at this point to just say that. To say the pride is there. We've lost 5 games in a row now. We've scored 3 goals in our last 8. We're winless in our last 8. I said this before, it's at this point where it's starting to smell a little bit fishy, do you know what I mean? I don't know what the gain would be out of what's going on, but something doesn't seem right. It seems a little bit dodgy. With the player ratings, honestly, if it was up to me, I would give each and every one of these players a big fat 0 because they don't deserve a rating, to be honest with you. So we're just going to go through it. A 5 pretty much for every single player. A 5 for Kepa. I mean, what can you do? A 5 for Fofana. Lost his head a few times, got head butted and all sorts, and still no red card for that. A yellow card for a headbutt. I know it's a little bit light, but still the nudge was there, the intent was there, but a yellow card for that. I know that we were never going to win this game in the first place, but it's decisions like that as well. They're just absolutely a bit. I can't put it into words. I feel so sorry for Thiago Silva at this point. What was once an absolute joy for him to be at the club, for him, from his perspective, not for us to be like, oh, I love Thiago Silva. Obviously, I love Thiago Silva, but I just feel sorry for him at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if he'd want to just retire at the end of the season, honestly, but he's not that kind of player. He won't give up. But to be in this team, to be in this state is just shameful on like his perspective. It's just a real disrespect, a dishonor to his career. I know he won the Champions League 2 years ago. You wouldn't believe it, would you? You wouldn't believe it. But I just feel sorry for him. Chalobah, a 5. I don't get what Badia Shield's done. I don't know why he's not playing. Not to say Chalobah was terrible. I mean, none of the players were good. It's genuinely hard to focus on any sort of bad performances, or to focus on each player individually. There were a few, though, to be specific, that were absolutely terrible today, more so than others. But I mean, the back 3. I mean, oh, Christ, it's just so bad, isn't it? It's so bad. Azpilicueta with an own goal, first game back in a while, if I'm not mistaken. Again, couldn't really care less. I said at the beginning of the game, when they were walking out, like, he should have gone last season, or at the beginning of this season. He shouldn't have been here this season. I love Dave, but come on. It is what it is. He's got to go, and he probably will at the end of the season. Middle of the pitch, Enzo Fernandez, a 4. Again, probably harsh. I don't know. I didn't really see anything magnificent from him today. I barely even noticed him on the pitch, to be honest with you. But I mean, that's where most of the issues were caused, were obviously down the wing backs, and then obviously in the middle as well. Kovacic, a 2. Honest, I loved Kovacic for the long. He's one of my favourite players, but if he goes now, I won't be upset. I will not be upset. That last pass at towards the end of the game summed up his performance all game. How many passes were misplaced by him today was just absolutely ridiculous. Chilwell, I think a 5 probably is quite generous for him. If I'm being completely honest, I don't know. I'm done. I'm so spent. I'm so over this season now with having to do player ratings for this stupid club. I don't know. He might have been a good player. He might have been terrible. I don't know. So hard to focus on a game where there is absolutely nothing to gain and there's everything to lose all the same. So I think I'm going to stick with a 5 for Chilwell. Kante, a 5, maybe even a 6 for him. Might well have been our best player or one of our best players. But I mean, thoughts aside on Kante, love him to death, but there is no reason for him to be playing as a supporting attacking player to our front man, who again shouldn't be Sterling, when we've got Aubameyang, we've got Fofana, and I know it's like, well, what are they going to do? Aubameyang came on in the second half, and then you think, well, why if you're bringing him on in the second half of the last 45 minutes, why didn't you just play him from the start? Why did you not just play Aubameyang from the start? If you're gonna bring him on at the half time, for the second half, why not just play him for the whole game? And then you'll still get people criticising, saying, well, even when he plays, he doesn't do anything. Do you really think Aubameyang, who has how many minutes has he played for Chelsea this season? Do you really think he's going to be on scoring form when he actually plays? He got a few shots off, but realistically, with the short amount of time he had, was he actually going to do anything? I don't think so. I'm really not sure. I'm trying to find how many minutes Aubameyang has played. Bear with me. Aubameyang, he's played 180 minutes. He has played 505 minutes. If I'm not mistaken, he should be smack bang at the bottom. And there's other players that are probably, most likely injured. You've got Murray Hutchinson, Fofana, Chukwuemeka, Madueke, Broja, who's injured, Lewis Hall, who, don't know what's happened to him. He seemed to be brilliant for us, apart from that one game that he played in midfield, and then you've just never seen him again. Kante's played less because he's been injured. Zakaria, again, don't know what's going on with him. Mudryk, because he's brand new, and then Aubameyang's there. But what on earth were we expecting from this? Again. Gallagher, a 4. That probably is quite generous as well. And then Sterling is a 3. I'm starting to think that there's something dodgy going on. And again, I don't know what the benefit would be out of us, losing every single game. But when even our fiercest rivals are probably looking, going, hey, what's going on? What's happening to Chelsea? 5 losses in a row, for Christ's sake. 1 goal in our last 7 games. 6 losses in our last 8. I just can't, for the life of me. 600 million spent. We've got some of, albeit then it's not working, obviously, but we've got some of the best players at the moment on paper. And I know you don't win games on paper and all that shit, but let's be honest here. No one is thinking we're losing this many games. The bookies had Chelsea as massive favourites today for some reason. A £10 bet on Brentford to win would have won you £45. Even the bookies are thinking, come on, there's something's got to give here. They're going to win a game at some point. We can't be just giving away money for free. If you want to make some money, bet against Chelsea. We've got Arsenal next. We've got Man City, Man United, Newcastle. We're not winning any of those games. We're barely going to draw one of those games. And then we've got Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest, who are fighting relegation as well. They're going to be up for it. Any team that comes to Stamford Bridge or even just faces us, do you fancy 3 points? Because Charity FC are here. Do you want to win? Because this is the team to get a win against. Anyone can beat us right now. Any team in the world can get a win or a draw against us right now. It's an absolute shambles. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. all that good stuff. Subscribe to my channel, Chelsea Fans XI, if you want more content from myself. But yeah, up the Chelsea. Peace.